If you're a dog owner, you're probably pretty familiar with their quirky little habits. Like following you into the bathroom or dropping a really slimy toy right on your lap. But what if I told you those weren't just random behaviors? Let's dive in and find out what they really mean.
What if your dog has been trying to talk to you this whole time, using a kind of secret language that you just haven't learned yet? Today, we are going to decode some of their most common and, let's be honest, weirdest behaviors.
And here's the amazing part. A lot of these habits aren't just your dog trying to get you to play. They're actually pretty sophisticated ways your dog is showing you affection, trust, and this really deep instinctual bond.
Okay, let's start with an absolute classic, the Velcro dog. You know the one, that furry little shadow that seems like it's permanently attached to your leg.
I mean, have you ever really wondered about this? You get up to grab a glass of water, and boom, they're right there. You walk to the bedroom, and you can hear their little paws right behind you. You try to get just one moment of peace in the bathroom, and suddenly a nose pokes under the door. What is that all about?
So, the common thought is that they're just being clingy, right? But the real reason actually goes back thousands of years. It's a really powerful survival instinct.
It all boils down to this thing called pack mentality. See, in the wild, staying together means staying alive. And your dog, they see you as the leader of their pack. So following you around isn't about being needy. It's about keeping the pack together and making sure you're safe.
What they're doing is actually called checking in. When they follow you or they look back at you on a walk, they're literally making sure you're okay. They're prioritizing your location and your safety above everything else.
All right, let's move on to our second sign. This one is way more subtle, but it says just as much about your bond. The contagious yawn.
You've probably seen this happen. You let out a big yawn, and just a few seconds later, your dog does the exact same thing. So, is that just a coincidence, or is there something more going on there?
It's so easy to just think, oh, they must be tired too. But researchers have actually found that it's a powerful sign of a really deep emotional connection. It's not about being sleepy at all, it's about empathy.
And this is where emotional empathy comes into play. You know how yawning is contagious between people who are close? Well, it can actually cross the species barrier to dogs that are really bonded with their owners. Your dog is literally reading your body language and mirroring your physical state.
So, here's the bottom line. This isn't random. It's a subconscious signal that they are completely tuned in to your emotional state. It's their quiet, powerful way of saying, hey, I feel you.
Okay, on to our third and final sign. And this one, let's be real, often involves a little bit of slobber. We're talking about when they bring you one of their prized possessions.
Just picture this. You're relaxing on the couch, and your dog comes over and drops their absolute favorite, most chewed up, slobbery toy right in your lap. Sometimes they want to play, sure, but other times they just drop it and walk away. What is the deal with that?
Now, the easy answer is they want to play fetch, but that's really not the whole story. When they bring you their most valuable item, it's not always an invitation, it's an offering. They are honoring you as the leader of their pack. This is a classic example of something called resource sharing. In the animal world, resources, food, toys, whatever, are everything. So sharing them is the ultimate sign of trust and respect. By giving you their best toy, they're showing that they trust you with the most important thing they own. It's basically like this is what's going through their head. It is a massive, massive honor to be given that slimy, broken toy, even if it is a little gross.
So we've decoded 3 really common behaviors. Let's put it all together now and really understand the bigger message your dog is trying to send you every single day.
So when your dog follows you, what they're saying is, you are my pack and I need to keep you safe. When they yawn with you, they're saying, I'm so connected to you that I feel what you feel. And when they give you their toy, they're saying, I trust you completely with my most prized possession.
And this is why it really matters to understand these signals. I mean, when you can translate their actions, you move beyond just being an owner, and you become a true partner. It's the key to unlocking an even deeper, more meaningful bond with them.
So the next time your dog drops a slobbery ball at your feet, you'll know what they're really trying to say. And that leaves us with one last thought. Now that you're starting to understand the language, what other secret messages have you been missing?